Pinterest, it's different here. Pinterest, I'm not sure if all of you have been on Pinterest before, but you probably have because Pinterest ranks as the #1 source of inspiration among all competitor platforms online and offline. And we're going to have our first fireside chat of the day here on the red stage at the DMExco 2022. I'm very happy that we're going to be having Country Manager DACH from Pinterest, Martin Bartelem, on stage together with Nadine Kamsky, Head of Precision Advertising for L'Oreal Austria and Germany. But first, Martin is going to be on stage by himself to give you some more insights on Pinterest. So please welcome him with a warm round of applause, Martin Bartelem from Pinterest. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Emily. Welcome, everyone, to DMExco 2022. It's great to see you all here in real life. And I can tell you, we are fans of the real life at Pinterest. I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. And I'm delighted to talk about why it's different here at Pinterest and how that drives results and impact for you as brands and advertisers. So my name is Martin Bartelem. I'm the country manager at Pinterest for the DACH region, and very much looking forward to have Nadine Kamsky from L'Oreal later on stage. And I think over the last 2 years, probably many of us asked questions like, what can I actually do in my life to make it more enjoyable, more fun, more inspiring? And to be honest, it hasn't been easy to take positive action with all the negativity and the challenges around us in the real world, but equally in the online world, right? When you think about it, we spend half of our waking hours online. And with all the information and disinformation coming at us, that can be really overwhelming. And so actually what we see is 60% of adults continue to say that there is really dark and scary corners of the internet these days. So it's not easy to take action, positive action, and to be inspired on the web. So why do we actually spend so much time in a place that can be actually so negative? And what we as Pinterest say is positive platforms are not an option. They're not a choice, they're actually a necessity. But you really need to design positivity in. You need to make deliberate choices, proactive policies, and that is a very, very conscious step. So we at Pinterest, we said, it's different here, and we took a stance and said, what behaviors and what content is not okay on the platform? So what we really want to do is, we want to disrupt the internet. We want to challenge the status quo, and we want to invite you to create inspiration for people and help them get inspired and do things in their real lives. Right? And what we've done is we really took action when it comes to our policies. So in 2017, for example, we launched a health policy against harmful misinformation. Right? 2018, we banned political ads to prevent any disinformation on the platform. 2022, this year, we introduced a ban of information around climate misinformation. So we really were the first platform to introduce such policies. Why does that matter? Why is this actually relevant? Because it makes a difference and it induces change. So when you look at it, our ban of weight loss ads, and many of you know this term of toxic beauty advice, right? So that ban of weight loss ads actually reduced search volume of weight loss as a term by 20%. At the same time, what we see is searches for healthy food motivation, stuff like how to change your mindset, is growing in terms of volume. So we do see Pinterest helps people to get from inspiration to realization, to really get stuff done and to overcome the inner critic, the inner saboteur that we all know. And that is actually the big idea, the creative idea behind the campaign that you might have seen, our brand campaign, Folge deiner Inspiration, where we actually show how you can overcome your inner critic, your inner saboteur, and really do things in real life. So what we're building is a different kind of platform. It's a positive one. It's an inspiring one, right? And what it turns into is a place where people come to feel positive. And I'll talk about what that means for brands, and how it's impactful for brands in a second. Only 3 in 10 users say that about other social platforms. So it's really a place to go to be inspired and to be positive. So what we want to do and invite you all is to stop this meaningless passing of time and really start inspire people's lives. So we're not here to consume your life at Pinterest. We're here to enrich your real life. And that's the deal. We're an online platform, but we're really fans of the real world and inspiring people to do and buy and shop stuff in the real world. So 4+ million people come to Pinterest every month, 360 billion pins saved on 8 billion boards across a variety of topics. And why do people come to Pinterest? Often they don't know what they're actually searching for. And then they refine their search with our search discovery. So they basically leave the platform decided, having found the inspiration. And what makes Pinterest so unique is exactly this planning mindset, that intent that people come to on the platform. And this intent, this planning mindset, is really a key piece to find inspiration. And you see episode 1 of my idea pin on how to make perfect drip filter coffee. I haven't made it yet to episode 2, but this is just one example also how users, pinners, can create content, but equally brands and creators that is inspiring and brings people from inspiration to action. And you see this highly professionally produced pin I'm showing here. That's my passion I kind of developed over the last 2 years, right? So people find stuff on Pinterest, they buy it on Pinterest, and we have 1 billion shoppable items on the platform. A huge selection of products. And all of that happens in a very brand-safe, positive context. And then people do stuff in their real lives. And what it means, this inspiration, this positivity, literally impacts advertisers' bottom line. Because what we see is brands that are happening in this positive context are far more likely to be remembered, to be trusted, and to be purchased by consumers. So it really adds to the effectiveness of ads on Pinterest. And that's a research, by the way, that M-Science, the research group and division of Group M, did. It's a research that's not commissioned by Pinterest. So ads on Pinterest perform much better than on benchmark other social platforms, especially around these 2 dimensions of they inspire more and they create more desire for a product. And that's exactly the outcome of this positivity and the context. And shoppers do spend more. They take their time to discover products, but ultimately they spend up to 2x more and have 85% bigger basket sizes as a result of this journey, of this discovery that I just talked about. So this is a key point here, because what we're seeing is that the user journey on Pinterest is entirely different, and we have so many more signals based on the intent that people come to the platform with. And this means that people really come with this inspiration mindset and leave decided. And ultimately, it also means that we're creating a shopping experience that is much like the offline world. Imagine like this shop or boutique that has that selection of product that is based on your taste. So it's a very, very individual selection of products. And this is so unique with the search, visual search capacity of Pinterest. So how do we actually grab the shopper's intention on Pinterest? One way to do it is shopping ads. And they really work hard. If you think about it, advertisers that adopt a full funnel approach on Pinterest, from inspiration, awareness, consideration to purchase, and add shopping ads to the mix, see a up to 3x higher monthly sales lift on the platform. And we just recently announced and launched a couple of products to make you showcase your products even better on Pinterest. The shopping API to manage your entire feed of products, right? Product tagging, idea ads, merchant details. So a lot of ways to present your product in this positive context and then make Pinterest work for you. So we're ready to partner with you, and we're looking forward to all the conversations here in the real life. But I think this is a perfect time, actually, to introduce and show how a great partnership actually works with Pinterest. And it's my great pleasure to introduce Nadine Kamsky to the stage, Media Director at L'Oreal for Germany and Austria. Welcome, Nadine.
Hi, Matt. Thank you for having us.
Hey, welcome, Nadine. Thank you for taking the time and talking to us about the L'Oreal journey on Pinterest. So, first question I have to you is, you started the journey actually pretty early with us, late 2019. And how and why is Pinterest such a good match for L'Oreal and its brands?
Yeah, so let me start like that. So we have the mission to create the beauty that moves the world. And this is not only true for the L'Oreal Group, it is true for 4 divisions and 36 brands. So one might say Pinterest and beauty, it's quite an easy match, right? And that is especially true if we think about makeup and hairstyles. But for us, beauty goes even further. And a recently published survey shows that beauty is not only something we desire, it is something we really need, it is how we express ourselves, and even how we safeguard our health. So for us at L'Oreal, beauty has always been our passion and purpose, and from day one, it has always gone beyond mere beauty. And if I take you to a more concrete example, our active cosmetics division, their products cater even for the most sensitive skin and even medical skin conditions, and are recommended by dermatologists and even doctors.
So, on a visual search platform like Pinterest, I mean, beauty is obviously a key topic, but you managed to actually elevate beauty beyond just the visual for skincare products, right? How did you do that?
Exactly. So our skincare and especially medical products division, they really aim at enhancing people's lives. It is about living your healthiest, happiest, being at your best selves kind of life. And this is also where Pinterest as a media touchpoint can come into play, because we want to have a moment to inspire consumers, to leave them room to explore our products. And if we take the example of parents, be the creation of a nursery, being a planning of a birthday party, parents are looking for advice in regards to their children and babies. And parents are active on Pinterest and are also a very important target group for La Roche-Posay. So it can be a really good fit to be there in that very moment where they are open to explore products they were not aware of before. And maybe we take a look at a video because that might transport the message even better.
For every time someone told you to wash your face, for every second your skin was on fire, for every person who acted like you were contagious, for every sleepless night, for every scar, for every breakout, for every refusal to break down, for every time you declared you're more than this, For every person who won't let their skin be overlooked. This fight is for you.
So it's an impressive video and a touching video as well. Like, how do you transfer the brand's mission, La Roche-Posay, onto Pinterest then?
So if we say we want to reach consumers in a moment where they are open to get inspired and potentially even new consumers, you need to know that La Roche-Posay is a brand that can turn consumers very easily into loyal consumers, but awareness is still a challenge. So only a little over 40% of the German consumers know the brand. And this is why we have gone for a very concrete targeting strategy, and that is going for a more broad and contextual targeting approach. And we really gone to especially beauty. And when we look at the interest and affinity rankings, we see that beauty was only on number 7. So it would have been a real loss when we would restricted ourselves right from the beginning to only just beauty, and we might have missed a chance to reach additional consumers and a new target group.
So, right, so you went actually beyond the core category and inspired incremental audiences.
Correct. And maybe also looking into the creative routes we used, also a very nice insight. We used our eco tubes. This is the packaging of the product, and it is 100% FSC certified and comes partially made from cardboard. Looking into this specific creative route, we saw a big uplift in engagement. And this is a quite nice insight because we can conclude that topics related to sustainability also speak to the Pinterest audience, and we can transfer that to other brands, for example, Santé Naturkosmetik.
So great to see the brands are a fit in terms of mission. Can you talk about numbers, about performance on the platform?
Yeah, so let's maybe then switch to our second case, the Vichy case. And here we also use video for awareness, and we combined that with static pins in the consideration phase. And we used a clear branding and messaging and a clear call to action, and we used Pinterest brand lift studies. And what we see is an uplift on both of the KPIs. So 4.3% on awareness and 2.3% on consideration.
And that's above Pinterest benchmarks.
Yeah, that's correct. And we also saw a 85% viewable reach. And from my perspective, brand lifts on top to the classic campaign KPIs always prove that you're on the right track.
Can you share a little bit the overall strategy that you pursued on Pinterest when you started back then as a partner with us?
Yeah, I can actually remember when we started our conversations, and now we are live on Pinterest with 19 of our brands. And we kind of created a recipe, which you can also see on the screen. So it's a test, learn, optimize, repeat, and grow. And that basically reflects the test, learn mentality we're in. And we are really about sharing with others, better together, sharing with divisions, but also international colleagues, and really build robust best practices.
And we just did a meta-analysis together, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So in this meta-analysis, we saw that across countries in EMEA and across categories, an uplift in awareness, and especially on skincare. And we also saw that in some of the cases, we really were able to reach new consumers and speak to this very positively in this very positively connotated environment to a new audience.
So what's next?
What's next? So I would say we learned a lot, we scaled, and I think we are ready to go one step further now. And that would be, for me, 3 things. It would be going full funnel, using social commerce options, and also to always see how does our sales uplift online and offline look like.
As the last question, Nadine, what is your recommendation for the audience here?
I would say reach consumers where they actually are, and that is quite a general statement. What I mean with that is sometimes it makes sense to think outside of the box, think beyond your affinity rankings and go one step further beyond your classic category targeting. And in paid social, I think it's always crucial to really have a strong paid, owned, and earned approach and a connected architecture of the campaign. And in general, I would say test, learn, and scale.
Thank you so much, Nadine. Thank you so much for the partnership. We're looking forward to many more years to come. And thank you for taking the time. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you for the invite.
And as a closing remark, again, thank you. I wanted to say we have a masterclass this afternoon at 4:30. So come join us. We have a performance marketing example, a client on stage who will talk about using Pinterest as a performance channel. And also tomorrow at 10:20, my wonderful colleague Visha will talk about why inspiration is recession-proof. That's going to be 10:20 tomorrow on the red stage. With that, thank you so much. Good to be back in real life. We're fans of that, and have a great day. Thank you so much.